Welcome, Earthlings! From the minds of Dylan Oltoft and Rob McNabb, we bring you Laughing on a Prayer!
Start the show before I piss myself.
And who are you? The podcast said that I would stoop so low.
Fuck the podcast.
Yeah, fuck this podcast, for sure.
In the game of podcast, you either get monetization or you die.
Not that we had monetization. Not that we had monetization in the first place.
A man does a podcast. I'm trying to do the fucking faceless men there.
A man does not simply do one podcast.
There is only one God, and his name is podcast.
Oh. Podcast is coming.
Oh shit! That was. That's how we open it.
Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back. Hope you have yourselves a nice time. We know you've been counting down the minutes waiting for this next episode of Laughing on a Prayer with me, Dylan Oltoft, and Rob McNabb.
Oh, Rob Stark.
Rob Stark.
And Dylan Lannister.
Oh, fuck off. I'm closer to a Baratheon than a fucking Lannister.
No, definitely Dylan Baratheon and Rob Stark, yeah.
Fans of the show know we have referenced Game of Thrones in the past before, even to the point where I have mentioned what my own house would be. Do you remember the swan with a sword dick, Rob?
Oh, yes, absolutely. we definitely remember that one. I mean, who could forget? Unless you have not listened to said podcast, in which case you definitely should do.
Yeah, stop the video right now. Go listen to every episode up until now.
No,
and then
don't stop the video right now. Do not listen to the Baratheon traitor
behind the curtain,
the usurper. No.
I'm Stannis now.
Carry on listening to this one, and then after this one.
All right,
listen to the previous.
Melisandre, ease up before you burn a little girl at the stake.
Well, I'm sorry that I have amazing tits, but...
Take you and your old lady tits without a necklace on and sod off.
Yeah, but I still managed to get fucked, so... Here we are.
I think she only ever banged two guys, Stannis and Rob's fucking thingy's bastard. It was Robert's bastard. It was Gendry. Yeah, she rode Gendry, didn't she? She put leeches on him while she rode him.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, she did.
This is the Game of Thrones episode. Me and Rob have watched the entire series, for better or worse.
And I've been reading the books.
And I have read as many books as that fat bastard has cared to fucking write. I've read as much as these letters.
Yeah.
So you are dealing with professional. You are dealing with semi-acclaimed experts here at this.
I believe that you mean mediocrely.
That's not a word, but that is the best description.
Mediocrely. That's not a word.
That sounds like a Southern American instrument.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm from Westeros. I don't know words. I'm just a simple squaw.
So as usual, we're going to do some of our questions, and then we're going to talk about how amazing the show is being, how it has changed the face of media in terms of hour-long episodes that we consume on streaming services, and of course, the dreaded Season 8.
Is it dreaded, though?
Let's find out.
This is a question that will be asked and definitely not answered, because if you are followers of this podcast, you will know that we definitely do not answer any sort of fucking questions that we're asked at all.
We do our best. Rob, I want to start with the questions. If you could,
Good lad.
walk, what would be the first thing you take the mind of?
Probably something like a yeah. Sorry,
I've got you on that one.
No, sorry, I just remember what a warg was.
Yeah, and for any listeners that may not know, in which case, why are you listening? Warg is the ability to take over the mind of another creature, human, animal. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't think they never explored if you could take over the mind of a White Walker. That would have been cool.
No, you can't because White Walkers are dead.
Yeah, but how cool would it have been?
It would have been really. It would also been really.
Imagine Bran taking over the Night King and he turns on the other one. Anyway,
mate, fucking Bran Flake is fucking boring.
We'll get to season 8.
Anyway,
what would you warg as?
Oh, I would 100% warg as like a bison, a buffalo, like a big elephant or something like that.
Did they ever show elephants in Westeros?
They talked about them.
Dornish must have had them.
Oh, they talked about mammoths.
Oh, yes, they did.
In the book at least they talked about mammoths.
Yeah.
But if I'd probably walk into a direwolf. Because direwolves
in low supply, so are you gonna be Namira? Because of what we know of the show as well, we lost out on Lady, we lost out on Grey Wind, we lost out on
Oh no, Grey Wind. I think the thing I'd be a direwolf because direwolves. I guess it would depend on the TV show or the book. Because in the book, direwolves are like the size of horses.
For the sake of
they're real
our listeners,
big.
Let's sort of flip between. Okay, let's say why. Why do you want to be a direwolf?
Because direwolves are real big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're fucking massive. Think Fenrir from Norse mythology big.
Fenrir House.
You know?
Yeah. Samson, Swedish pagan. Think of Black Shark, the big, British. Anyway, the point is, I'd be a direwolf because direwolves, they're real big. They're accepted as an animal of the north of Winterfell.
You don't think you'll be hunted?
Not by the people in the north, because that's where direwolves come from. They come from the north.
It must have went extinct somehow.
Yeah, but they don't come from the south, so it's like, yeah, I know they did, but then, even if I die...
Okay, what are you going to do as a direwolf?
Oh, I'm going to become a real big direwolf, and I'm going to get them to cloak me in armour, and then I'll be a big attack dog.
Fucking nice. That would have been cool. I'm still so bitter.
Yeah. Look, you know what? Being bitter, that's your right, mate, and I support you 100%.
I eat so much dark chocolate and drink so much coffee, I'm just so bitter.
Well, I mean...
So many wasted opportunities.
The thing is that I've seen the way you drink coffee, and I'm not, surprised.
Was there ever coffee in Westeros?
No, there wasn't. I don't think.
No wonder they were all so frustrated.
There was milk of the poppy, which I imagine is opium.
Yeah, I was going to think that was some sort of morphine or something.
But that's different because coffee's like a stimulant.
Yeah.
It's not a stimulant.
They had no cocaine either. Did they ever touch on drugs much? I'm racking my brain right now.
Other than milk of the poppy, I don't know they did.
Everyone's too high on...
Oh, did they? No, I don't think they did. Other than milk of the poppy, I don't think they did. I don't really know.
I've read the books. I can't recall much mention. Too busy wanking around whose hand went where.
Yeah, no, and what's weird is that going on to the difference between the books and the TV show, is that there's the phrase in the film, which is the king shits and the hand wipes.
Yes.
Whereas in the book, it's the king eats and the hand shits.
Yeah, the king shit. The king eats and the hand takes the shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe, and again, this is just an opinion, but I believe that the TV show version of the king shits and hand wipes. It's far more. I just think it's just better than the one in the book. I believe it is. I just think it makes more sense, and it's also funnier.
To be fair, the first season was so close to the book. Like, so many words were line for line. It was really impressive how faithful it was.
Yeah.
So as a direwolf...
with the... there's the part where Jon Snow meets Tyrion for the first time.
On their way to the wall? Like,
no, it's in Winterfell. So
during the feast, I think it was?
Yeah, it's during the feast. So in the TV show, it's that George Snow is sort of smacking a kind of practice target with his sword, and then Tyrion turns up. That's what it is. Whereas in the book, it's Jon Snow, he gets really drunk, leaves the hall because he's been humiliated, and then he meets Tyrion. And then Tyrion is sort of sitting on this wall, big top wall of Winterfell, and then he does some sort of like backflip, some sort of acrobatic kind of thing where he sort of like jumps off the wall, springs on his arms, then jumps back. And that's really sort of, it seems really weird that Tyrion would do that, because throughout the book, at least the bits that I've read, is that he has really big trouble with his legs. Like, his legs are always sore, and like he has trouble walking and things like that. But then he does this sort of feat of acrobatics, which is I thought was like a little bit weird. But then also everything in Game of Thrones in the books is just so bigger than it is in the show, and you know why it is in the show. Obviously, budgets, things like that. But it's like the Queen's. It's called a wheelhouse. Like, her carriage, it's like the size of like an actual small house,
right? And
it's towed by like 200 horses. It's not just like a little carriage like it is in the show. It's like an actual like massive big house,
right?
And then you have people with like beards and stuff that are like green colored. Like, everything's so more fantastical in the books than it is in the show. But with that being said, I would say that the way that the show did it, they did it well. They did it well. And there's a famous bit with George R. R. Martin where he was doing a book signing, and people said, "Oh, what do you think about what the filmmakers have done to your books?" And George R. R. Martin, he looked back, he went, "They haven't done anything to my books. They're right there."
Yeah, he's happy to go to conventions when he should be writing.
Yeah. And he's friends with Stephen King.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I'm about to say.
You tell the story, I've told it enough.
Yeah, so they, Stephen King, Jordan Martin, they went on
They were
stage.
on a panel together, yeah.
Yeah, they were on a panel together. And someone asked, George R. R. Martin asked Stephen King, "Oh, do you ever find it really hard to write?" And Stephen King said, "No."
I
think that was basically the
how
essence
it went is George R. R. Martin basically went, do you ever get in, you wake up and you don't want to touch the page at all, like you get so insufferable from all the pages you have to write, and you ever really wish that in your whole life you'd never even picked up the pen once? And Stephen King just went, "No, not really."
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, like George R. R. Martin did a big lament about how hard it is to be a writer, and Stephen King just went, "No, not really," because Stephen King is fucking... He's a fiction addict.
Infamous. He's infamous for doing that shit.
I will say, R.L.
Not that shit. Sorry, I do not say shit. But Stephen King,
he's prolific.
For someone that writes.
He's prolific, but 100%. I will point out, R.L. Stein has printed more books than Stephen King.
Mm.
I know that's a weird aside, but it's technically true. R.L. Stein, the creator of Goosebumps, made more books than Stephen King.
Yeah.
It's a weird fact, but it's true.
Interesting.
Okay, so that's what you do as a direwolf. You got a Game of Thrones question for me?
Yeah, I do.
You're looking at me like Ramsay there. It's
Oh, Ramjam, mate. He's my favourite character. So,
because of his love of sausage.
You don't know me.
What you got?
Okay. If you're going to create your own character...
Oh, fuck.
to insert yourself into the Game of Thrones universe.
Okay.
Describe this to me. Describe this to me, sir. I wish to know how you would insert yourself into the Game of Thrones universe.
I'm surprised this hasn't been made like an RPG game by now, to be honest.
I mean, you know the sort of D&D games that we've played. Come on.
It goes without say I'll make
Also, D&D is sick, and you should definitely play that game.
Absolutely.
Just not with Dylan. Everything gets set on fire. Everyone gets raped.
Fuck off.
Everyone gets destroyed.
You guys set everything on fire. I just break doors.
No excuse for the arson. For the arson, I see.
I don't have a problem with the arson, but I'm not the one that
of course
causes
you don't have a
it.
problem with the arson. You set fire to everything.
I set fire to little.
Name one town that we went to that you did not set on fire.
Me personally.
Yes,
you guys did it. I would rob banks and trap soldiers in houses to die. I set fire to very little. You're the one that had friends with fire-breathing pets. I couldn't cast a fireball. I was a twat with a hammer.
No, you did set fire. I gave you loads of Greek fire grenades. You set fire to at least 3 towns. I know you did.
I was more than happy.
You set fire to at least 3 towns. Prove me wrong. I know you did.
No one ever exactly minuted our D&D sessions, did they?
Yeah, no, they did. But you were an arsonist, sir.
Oh, you all were all my enablers. You and Snodge.
Okay. Right. That is, first of all, that is crocodilist. Yeah. Alright? He's a crocodile. Okay? He's not mentally all there. So do not blame the mentally challenged crocodile for your arson crimes.
I would say I was adding some light to the world. Anyway.
Okay.
I would create...
I'm not saying that you're wrong. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, no, you added, we'll do a D&D episode of all of the fucking war crimes that Dylan's character...
And Rob did.
Yeah.
We were part of the same group, just as much blood is on your hands.
We'll do a D&D
Your
episode.
precious game master's not here to... Your Tyrant Dungeon Master's not here to save you now.
We will do a D&D episode... and we will expose someone's war crimes.
Absolutely. In the meantime,
I respect his experiences, but I do not remember them in the same way.
What, like a time when I was catatonic for a whole fucking session?
Well, whose fault is that? I'm not victim blaming. Anyway, what are we talking about?
I'm a character in Game of Thrones I've got to create.
Yeah, you're a character in Game of Thrones. Yeah, no, sorry.
I will obviously be of a noble house. I will be House Chibidick. I am House Chibidick. And we are in the west of Westeros. We are very close to King's Landing. We are a noble house. We support the Tyrells, and our main
Natalie Dormer, 100%.
and our main export is cheese. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is our house. I am the head of the house. Obviously, all the stuff's going on in King's Landing. Every now and then, I wake up in the morning, get the newspaper, look at it, like, fucking hell, Joffrey died. Well, time to make some more cheese. And we just export cheese to Westeros, Dawn, and everywhere, really, because everywhere needs cheese.
Yeah, no, everywhere does need cheese. 100%. Definitely.
So, yeah. I don't really get involved with winter or all of that. I'm just I'm a noble house, but they just require my taxes. No one needs me to draw my sword. I just make cheese.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good policy.
But now,
That's a real good policy. I mean, I think...
should have got my own season.
I think, yeah, no, you definitely should have. I think that's sort of the way that politics should really work. Is just like just making cheese. I think that like
that would be very good.
I think that exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, I believe that that's how politics should be done. It should revolve around cheese.
However, when winter does come, and obviously Daenerys starts to burn down King's Landing as a form of protest, we send no more cheese to King's Landing.
It's like peace.
We're like, you're burning down all these women and children. No cheese.
Yeah, exactly. A peaceful protest. You know.
Because we are in my family's code, we are fervently against cheese on toast.
Yeah, exactly. I identify as unsmoked cheese, and so therefore, you can't affect me.
Right then. So that's my character in Game of Thrones. I am a noble cheesemonger.
Yeah, 100%.
Rob, you are on the Iron Throne. You are king of the Seven Kingdoms. What do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
Okay, well, the first thing that I do is, first of all, appoint someone who is, capable of running the Seven Kingdoms. Because let's be honest, Aerys, the Mad King, and Robert fuckface fat ass Baratheon did not know how to fucking rule anything.
Could swing a hammer.
Yeah, he could swing a hammer, but he couldn't rule a kingdom. So I would appoint people to rule the certain points. I would introduce democracy, of course.
Wait, so you'd be like the United Kingdom, where you'd have a monarchy and a parliament?
No.
So what, you'd have people vote... When you say democracy, do you mean people would vote for the king? Or...
Yeah.
Why are people going to vote for you then?
Well, I mean, that's the point. If they don't think I'm a good king, then they'll vote me out. If they think someone else might be a good king, then they vote them in. This
is where Rob says, oh yeah, by the way, the term, the longest term you can have is 90 years. Everyone elected gets 90 years and then someone new needs to be elected.
Yeah, but I have elections, and so it'd be fine.
Every 90 years.
Folks would know, is it?
Okay.
Alright, so I do that, right?
That'll go well.
Well, probably not, but I'll die. Yeah, so it wouldn't matter.
Fucking...
What I would also do is that I would I'd start a system. Of basically each kind of what is it? It's like county, or like a sort of section of their where they live, like Seven Kingdoms, like doing sections.
Right.
A section. Yeah, because it's like Seven Kingdoms, so it's like there's this. What is it?
Well, areas, yeah.
Areas. Yeah.
Regions and the like.
Yeah. So what I'd do something like the Olympics.
Westeros Olympics.
Yeah. So I do a thing where each year there would be some sort of Olympics of sport or sorts of sport games. And it would bring people together, good fun sport.
To unite
bring them together, to unite them. And it'd be good. That's what I do. And then bring them together. And,
Democracy Olympics, I like it.
Yeah, Democracy Olympics, that's what I would definitely do.
Anything else?
Oh, I would...
This is day 3. The first day you got the democracy. Second day Olympics.
Oh no, it's not. It's not day. It's not through the days. It's through like the months and I guess the year. But I think I would definitely do is like, well, yeah, sort of bring the different sort of counties or shit together, and then be like, yeah, let's have like a sort of a miniature
orgy.
Olympics. Yeah,
okay.
Or an orgy. We could have an orgy.
A representative from every country has to test their sexual prowess.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dornish are going to fucking win at that. They're going to take gold 3 times over.
Exactly, but it will really, really sexy. So it'll be great.
So pretty much a Westeros Mr. Universe, whoever looks the sexiest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd do that. And I'd probably have some sword fighting, some jousting, some archery.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because that's just how the King's Tournament went in the books, at least.
Bit of advertisement from Nike and
Yeah. Because that's how it did in the tournament in the books. It was like archery, jousting, and sword.
Well, yeah, basically like medieval sports.
Yeah. So I do that.
You can have your mountain do anything. You're King of Westeros.
No, not the mountain.
Well, you've got your own mountain, like to do whatever you want, haven't you? Like you can have him go do anything.
Oh no, I teach my guy in like, well, no, I wouldn't, but I'd have my guy taught in, different sort of martial arts, so you could defeat the guy that you're. So the mountain obviously he's taught in broadsword sort of ways. He's got a big sword, 2 arms. I mean, look at your swords there. That's how he uses it. And stuff like that. Yeah, I'd get a guy that is okay. So broadsword, that's a certain technique. So I'm going to teach my guy or girl in sword fighting that is going to be like the good antithesis of his technique of fighting. So, for instance, like say like jiu-jitsu,
right,
or something like that. Something that's like, this is the way that this guy fights. So the best martial art that I can use to defeat this guy is this one, and I'm going to use a blade, and I can fight this guy, and I can defeat this guy with this technique. Much like the provider, because they say it like in with Arya, when she's doing her water dancing, it's like, oh well, what's it, Sirio Fre, the first sword, but he's like, no, a fighter, a knight, he hacks and things with 2 swords, no. But we do the water dance of bravos. and you must be quick, boy. I'm not a boy. It does not matter. You are. It's like.
So basically, you'll be a ninja.
I mean, in my own mind, I'd probably just be like a rifleman, and like you pull out his sword and I shoot him in the face. But
so you'll be Westeros John Wick.
Yeah. Oh mate, can you imagine being with... No, but what if he like... It'd be like he'd have multiple guns and like knives and shit. It'd be like...
John Wick against the army of the undead and the Night King and all that. Just by himself, he's surrounded by all of them. He's got 2 handguns, each with 20 bullets and a couple of pencils.
He like 20... He'd have 2 guns, Valerian steel, projectiles, and then he'd have 2 knives with
dragon glass hollow shells.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'd run like... Be fucking sick.
Our listeners can't see the movements right now, but his arms are going everywhere.
Yeah. They're going, yeah, certainly. I mean, that'd be fucking sick. Like your swords, man. Like, if they were Valyrian steel, fucking 100%. I have one of those fucking swords, man.
I definitely go off.
Fucking slay those dead bodies. And but like even in the books, it's like they say like Valyrian steel is really really sharp, so it's like you can't really actually grab the blade or anything because it'll cut your like hands. But like broadswords, much like those swords are, is that they were used not just to cut; they were used to break bones basically. And
Well, that was more claymores.
yeah, but like even like big swords, they're used to break bones, and you could hold them like this, and you could use the pommel on the blade to smash people.
Well, yeah, of course.
And use them as a mace. And
so this is what you do as King of Westeros.
Yeah, no, I would. I'd be like a good swordsman in my mind, obviously.
Be Westeros Batman.
Yeah. I'm not wearing hockey pants. Anyway, I'd do that. I think I'd like to do that.
Fair enough.
No, wait, no. Oh shit.
Quick question. Who is your favourite house? You've seen all the seasons, you've read some of the books and all that. Who is your favourite house? And I don't want you to choose just based on, I'm not going to choose them because they end up dying off. Like, who has been the most entertaining house for you in all of Westeros?
Oh, that's easy. Tyrells.
The Tyrells? Why?
Man. Grandmother Tyrell.
I knew you'd go straight for her.
She is.
You wouldn't go for that Master of Coin fuck they had for a while.
She is fucking solid.
She was
of stealing the trash.
She could lay a burn.
Even until when she died, she was just fucking.
She even went out like a boss.
Bit shit, yeah. Exactly, like fucking good trash.
Really reminded me of that little girl that helped Jon Snow take out the Boltons. What was her name?
Oh, yeah.
Just that little badass.
Yeah, Bear Island. To be honest though, I don't know. I feel that in the last episode, like she killed a giant.
What, the Tyrell?
The Tyrell? No.
You were just talking about the old woman Tyrell.
I was talking about the old woman Tyrell.
She killed a giant?
No, who are you talking about?
We're talking about your favourite house, right? And you said the Tyrells because of the old woman, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. No, I'm talking about Tyrell, grandmother Tyrell.
Okay.
You know the woman that's...
Yeah, absolute boss.
Yeah.
Like, governed Marjorie, gave...
There wasn't... What Tyrell... There was no Tyrell that killed a giant.
Well, you mentioned a giant a minute ago.
What did you say?
I don't know, I mentioned the little girl... I compared it to the little girl that supported Jon against his battle against the Boltons. Because absolute goats.
She wasn't a Tyrell.
Yeah, I know that. I just meant like she was such a badass woman.
Oh, yeah, no, she wasn't a Tyrell. She was a Mormon. She was Mormon.
Yeah, that was it, Mormon.
All right.
Okay.
No.
So the Tyrells, just because of the woman, old woman.
No. All of her scenes are just fucking.
Did you like Marjorie that much?
Oh, well, she's hot as fuck, man. Mate, Natalie,
when you go from Anne Boleyn to fucking...
Bro, fucking Natalie Dormer. Natalie Dormer, mate.
But that's the thing.
She's hot as fuck.
I can't think of any of the other Tyrell characters that might have stood out as much. When you're choosing a whole family as your favourite, there's like the old lady, Marjorie... The brother who was like, I think he was the Knight of Flowers.
Yeah.
They had that other one. I think he was appointed the Master of Coin, but they treated him like shit. But fair enough, if she's your favourite. What's your favourite scene with her, of her talking to who?
Oh, my God. Come on, don't make me choose.
Making you choose. What's in the bar?
I think my favourite one was her death scene.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas that was Joffrey's sword. What do you call it? Widow's wail. He really was a cunt, wasn't he? I was like, mate, fucking banter. And then she drinks the poison. And she's like, tell Cersei, I want her to know it was me. Mate, fucking good trash. Fuck it, it's like, she died. She knows she's gonna die. But then she's gonna just fucking wreck.
Imagine pledging
Cersei.
all your forces to Daenerys only for that to get destination fucked.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, the Lannisters are coming to take all my shit to give to the Iron Bank.
Mate, so good.
Would you have
tell Cersei it was me? Oh my god,
I think
so
if
good.
you had your way, she would have lived.
Who?
Like the old woman from the Tyrells.
Oh no. It's way better that she died and that Cersei never got her revenge.
Well, against Tyrion.
What?
Oh, you mean against the old woman, right?
No. Against Olenna Tyrell.
Well,
whatever.
Technically, it was the Lannisters that killed her.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that Cersei never got the revenge that she wanted to.
Oh, fuck Cersei. Everyone has. But
yeah, exactly. But the fact is that she never got the revenge that she wanted to over Olenna Tyrell, who actually killed her son. And like, mate, fucking solid shit.
Fair enough.
Solid shit, mate.
Right, you got another question for me?
Yeah, I do.
Bring it, bitch.
Oh, I will, so. So, you've read the books.
Yep.
You've read the books. I guess this question might be a little bit sort of alien to people that haven't read the books, but to the people that have read the books, maybe they'll understand. But is there one bit of the books that you thought was kind of lacking? Is there one bit of the books that you would have changed? And if so, how would you change it?
Yes, and to be honest, this goes back into the very first book itself, and I would say cut out every fucking chapter with Sansa. Good fucking God, if I can honestly give you guys a little moment of me reading the first Game of Thrones book, Jon Snow said, awesome, Arya, awesome, Ned Stark, awesome, Sansa, spinning thread. I love Joffrey so much. Arya's so mean to me. Oh my fucking God. Turn the page. Yeah, we're back to Jon Snow. Honestly, all of her, I don't care, even when her dad got her head cut off and the Hound was slapping the shit out of her, I was so sick of her chapters by that point. I was just emotionlessly, just robotically reading the words, just so I could know the story. Okay, back to a bit I actually give a monkey shit about.
Yeah.
And that didn't change. Even throughout the TV show, so many people were so disappointed when Ramsay made Sansa. When Ramsay made Sansa his weak little bitch. When everybody was hoping, oh my God, Sansa's going to turn into Maleficent. She's finally learned to be a badass.
Do you know that Sansa actually was not supposed to be... That wasn't supposed to be Sansa. It's supposed to be Jane Poole. It was someone else.
Yeah.
That Ramsay was like fucking, raping and shit. It was supposed to be...
I'm just talking about the show.
Yeah, I know.
They built up for so long Sansa having to learn the hard way. And you just felt like when that happened, she still hadn't learned.
Oh, she did though, I think. I feel she did to some extent.
I'm trying to... The only time I can recall Sansa in the TV show actually learned the political thing is when she was pretending to cry to the people in the Eyrie about her auntie, and then she looked at Littlefinger like, yeah, I fucking own you. She was pretending to be upset.
Oh, I thought like one of the major things that Sansa did was when she did the thing where she, in Winterfell, where she called everyone's court, and it's like, supposedly, it seemed like she was, accusing Arya, and she was like, Peter Baelish.
Oh,
and then Arya, like,
I just mean the first time it seemed...
Waste, and I fucking slayed him. I was like...
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, mate, I was like, she is dead. And also in seasons...
Because we had that scene of Littlefinger trying to manipulate her.
Is it season 6? I don't know. But when she's walking... She's in the area, she's walking down in this black dress, and she has her head walking exactly like Cersei is. And you're like, mate, like... She's, learned. Like, she's learned, to be like this. She's learned that people are...
She just never seemed to stop whinging until the final season, and she eventually got to rule the North.
Yeah.
It's just like...
That was the thing, though, wasn't it, with 8th edition? It was like... 8th edition. Sorry,
Game of Thrones writers. Being a victim doesn't make you an interesting character.
Oh, yeah. So,
you need to do more than just horrible stuff to the person. Like, I'm not going to say, because of everything she's been through, she gets to be in charge of the North. No, give me someone that's worth being... I don't know.
I mean, that was the thing, though, wasn't it? It was like 8th season.
Well, we're going there now, are we?
Yeah, we're going to 8th season.
But
season 8, we're going there.
I agree with you about Littlefinger. The way they killed him was boss. That was so good. After all of his manipulating and all of his bullshit, being a crafty, shady little motherfucker.
And even at the end, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. It's like, bro, the jig is, the fucking jig is up. The jig is up.
Bran's holding the knife, being like, oh yes, like when you told my father never to trust you. Meneh, I'm so fucking mystical.
Yeah, the jig is up, bitch. And now your body is going to be slain by one of the most badass assassins. Anyway, season 8. Right at the end, when they... Tyrion and Jon.
You're right.
Are all they're like in prison.
Yeah, because of killing Daenerys.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's this big sort of...
spoiler.
There's this big like council, right?
A bit of a warning forward, spoilers.
I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, then that's your own fault.
Kinda.
Yeah, but whatever.
Bit of victim blaming there, but that when you consider the entirety of season 8, despite all of their absolute fuck ups, when it came to certain characters' retribution, i.e. Littlefinger, they did bring that home. Despite the lack of retribution to Cersei or Jaime, who they just had a few fucking rocks fall on.
Yeah, but...
I don't know. Can you, if I can be honest, a bit of a weird bit of honesty here. Can you forgive season 8? It gave some good moments, but can you forgive it?
Can I forgive it?
Yeah. I think at this point, do you remember after that came out and everyone was so upset with it, there was a petition to try and get them to remake it as if the millions of dollars...
Here's the thing, though. I don't want to burst people's bubbles or anything, but doing a petition on Facebook... I don't want to, burst your bubbles, but doing a petition on Facebook doesn't do anything. Okay? Your petitions on Facebook don't mean shit.
Do yourself a favour, pause this video.
Do yourself a favour and do not do a petition on Facebook. Alright? It does not work. It has absolutely no impact on anything. If you believe that it does, you are not just wrong, you are stupid. Kill yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Go on Google and type in how much it costs to make all of Game of Thrones Season 8. And when you see the figure as a result, think to yourself, oh yeah, I guess they're not going to fucking remake it.
No, they're not.
But given this is what we're now stuck with, this is season 8 of Game of Thrones, the end. The good with the bad.
Yeah.
Can
Also,
you forgive it?
Also, you're not. Fuck my hiccups. I hate this.
Don't worry, it'll sound worse in the recording. So
It sounds bad now.
Tell me.
I think the point is that. Oh wait, look, that was my opinion of season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Okay, the worst, as you're clearly going to say, if you could sum it up in one sort of absolute monarchy, the worst thing is.
What, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, no, in season 8, I'm looking at you here. Season 8, the worst thing of season 8 is the way Cersei and Jaime died. Was it that fucking coffee cups that the props fucking continuity director couldn't get rid of?
Yeah.
Was it winter being over just because fucking Arya threw a butter knife?
I think it was more to the point of that they went with sensationalism over substantial story.
So, would you say the biggest betrayal, for example, was, for whatever reason, making Bran the king of Westeros?
Yeah, Bran is like, oh, who has a more interesting story than Bran the Broken? Literally everyone.
Bran.
Literally everyone.
Bran, as we know, is now emotionally completely barren. Yes, this is someone to make decisions that affect millions of lives.
Also, I feel really bad for that actor because all he's going to be known as is the shittest actor in Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I don't think Rickon did too well.
Yeah, but at least he had the common decency to die. Bran should have been killed. He should have been killed.
The three-eyed raven, yeah.
He's the most boring. Oh, fuck.
He kind of didn't play that much of a big role in defeating the Night King, Winter, or anyone else. He was just around.
What do you mean big role? He played no role.
Yeah, he would just show up sometimes, be mystical and weird, talk about someone's wet dream they had the night before, and then bugger off.
Yeah.
You really thought that when, those scenes in season 7 when the Night King would see him while he was walking or doing his mystical shit, oh my god, those two are going to end up doing shit. And then, nope, Arya just fucking prison-style shanked the Night King. Winter's over, moving on.
Hey, look, guys, we won.
Everything's good now. Wait, but what about those weird symbols? No, it's okay.
What weird symbols? No one cares.
Wait, but there's so much stuff we built up that we need to pay off. No, we can only do this in 6 episodes. Or did they get 8? Either way, it was too few fucking episodes.
I mean, the point is your Game of Thrones. You could have got 10. You could have got more.
Before we continue to shit on season 8, which it so thoroughly deserves, I want to quickly ask you, what's your favourite episode of Game of Thrones?
Oh!
As a whole.
Oh, really?
Your favourite episode. When you think, okay, Game of Thrones, what's the first thing you think of that was the most iconic to you?
For me, it would be Battle of Blackwater.
Why is that?
Well, first of all, the quality lines. Oh my god, I fucking hate these hiccups. The first of all would be, well, actually no, it's not just the quality lines.
Usually like a Matthew McConaughey sort of get a Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. So there's.
It's like when you have a little brother that every time you're trying to relax, just do your little brother burst into your bedroom and say, "Hey bro, hey bro, hey bro." You might go, "What? Look at this ladybug I found."
Yeah, fucking. Anyway,
that sounds charming.
Sorry, I just had a massive cock in my mouth.
Thank you. His name is Derek.
Is it? Sorry, I got a little bit of calms. Like,
Don't worry, what are we? 49 minutes in. No one's listening at this point. We can say what we want. Belch into the thing. Given all the ASMR we did on the Valentine's Day episode, people might get off to it.
Shout for shout. Battle of Blackwater.
Right. We'll get there. Don't worry, listeners.
The reason why I like it is because there's this real sort of theme of like threat throughout the battle.
Well, yeah, Cersei was planning to poison like Tommen and all that.
Exactly. There was this big theme of threat, and it's scary. Even if you don't like the Lannisters, it's scary. I mean, scary. And then there's great banter, solid banter.
The Hound was good.
Yeah, the Hound and Tyrion. Joffrey himself says, "Oh, I'll have the Hound cut you half," and then Tyrion says, "Well, that would make me the quarterman." Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? I hate these fucking hiccups.
Tyrion was really how much of an absolute boss he was in that battle. As well with the Hound sort of thing, because obviously in the trial with Tyrion, he talked about how much he defended them and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So what was a significant moment in that episode for you? The battle itself, or like you said, like a minute ago, like you said, the lead up to
there's
it?
A couple.
Okay.
There's three, actually. The first one is when Tyrion is sort of rallying his men. And he's like, "There are brave men on the other side of those walls. Let's go kill them." I was like, mate, that is fucking badass line.
A lot more better than Theon's when he thought he was defending Winterfell.
Yeah, exactly. When he definitely wasn't. The second one was he chopped that guy's leg off with his axe. And then he was about to be killed because he had someone slash like across his face with a sword. And then Pod the Prod. Fuck, I hate hiccups. Stabbed the dude in the back of the face with a spear.
What do you think he did to those prostitutes?
Oh, who? Joffrey?
No, Podrick.
But,
Tyrion gave him some whores as a reward and he ended up not needing to pay them.
No, this is what I think. I believe that Pod actually didn't do anything. I reckon he only gave them information. And then they gave him, and they said, "Oh, we won't pay you, so we'll make Tyrion think that you had so great sex with us that we'll send you back." Where actually, I think Pod gave them information, and then they just sent him on his way.
Information about what?
Information to whoever it was that they were giving information to.
So then what did Podrick say to Tyrion?
Well, we don't... Sorry, what?
Obviously, once he came back, Podrick was like to Tyrion and Bronn and told them, and then they poured him some wine and said, "Tell us exactly what happened," because they couldn't believe that.
Yeah, exactly, because Pod has sex with them, obviously. Right?
Right.
But I reckon that they got information from Pod to give to whoever it was that they were giving information to.
But what did Pod say to Tyrion and things?
Well, we don't know.
What do you think he said?
He probably said some pretty important stuff.
So what, the horse told him what to say that he did to them?
No.
Okay.
The horse had sex with him. And he gave them information and stuff that whoever it was that they worked for, which I believe was Cersei.
I thought the horse all worked for Littlefinger or the Spider.
Well, either way, the two people that value information.
Right.
Pod gave them information. And then the horse lied about how good Pod was at sex. And so they gave him his money back. And that was why. That was why they, led Tyrion to believe that, Pod is just Pod the Prod. He's great at sex.
Quick, fun Game of Thrones question. Why do you think Jaime Lannister cared so much about Tyrion when Cersei hated him?
As far as I can sort of think, it's because Tywin, at least in the books, was very harsh on Jaime as well. Oh God, I fucking hate these.
Tywin was a prick to everyone.
Yeah, but he was very harsh to Jaime.
Well, yeah, because Jaime was expected to be the heir to the Lannisters.
And he was also harsh to Tyrion. And so Jaime and Tyrion sort of formed this connection of our father is a bit of an arse.
But Cersei didn't exactly like Tywin either. But for whatever reason, Cersei hated Tyrion for killing their mother in childbirth, whereas Jaime still loved him enough to the point he freed him from his certain death after Oberyn died in the battle.
I think it's probably to do with the fact that Jaime is maybe. Oh my God!
Holy shit!
Fuck.
Yeah, those of you wondering what that noise is, Rob is spanking me to punish his own sort of burp. It's a weird sort of pagan ritual you wouldn't understand.
Mm-hmm. I think it's maybe.
You'll get there.
Yeah, I think it's mainly to do with the fact that Jaime.
Well, for example, the episode when Tyrion's talking in his jail cell about their cousin that was mentally challenged about smashing the Beatles. For some reason, Jaime just even in the first episode ever, Jaime is being so nice to him, sending all those whores that he had planned to be with and everything. I don't think there's ever been a negative exchange. Even after Tywin died and Jaime said to Cersei, if I see him again, I'll kill him. We all know he didn't mean it. Did Jaime hate Tywin?
Tywin?
Yeah.
His father?
Who tried to trick him into being being the next heir of Casterly Rock in exchange for sending Tyrion to the wall.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, it's heavily implied that Jaime is dyslexic.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God.
How so?
I mean, in the TV shows that Tywin talks about him to Arya, when Arya is his sort of servant girl in Harrenhal.
Those were some really good scenes.
Yeah, and he says, Jaime could never make sense of the letters. He could never understand them. So it's implied that Jaime's dyslexic.
But obviously, given the time of year Westeros is set in, that wouldn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, but you could still be dyslexic, but...
Well, exactly, but dyslexia wasn't known to the people of that time, so they just think you're a simpleton.
Yeah, but he was an amazing sword fighter.
If memory serves, because Jaime was trained by from the Tower of fucking thing, that memory flashback, the absolutely badass Targaryen fighter. Forgotten his name for the moment.
Oh fuck.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The guy that was dual wielding and beat the shit out of Ned Stark and all of his brothers and all that sort of thing. It's like he said, like, Thingy could, kill 5 guys with one hand while taking a piss with the other. Like, because Jaime Lannister was taught sword fighting by him. That's why he was so good.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Talking about why Jaime and Tyrion has such a good relationship.
No, the dude's name that taught Jaime sword fighting.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's driving me nuts.
There's so many names of Game of Thrones, though.
It doesn't matter, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fans of the show will know what we're talking about.
We're probably get so much shit from the fans of the show.
I don't know. We've been pretty on the line with the general consensus. The awesome stuff is good. Blackwater. The bad shit. Season 8 is bad.
The awesome stuff is good. Dylan Awesome 2021.
Obviously, like the shit with Arya and the Hound when they were travelling together.
Oh, yes.
Everyone loves that. That's just the absolute best.
So good.
Seeing Catelyn's sister get pushed out the moon door by fucking Littlefinger was so satisfying.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Seeing Ramsay Bolton get his shit pushed in by Jon Snow with his shield after all the fuckery he's done.
Oh, fucking Ramjam, man.
Theon Greyjoy, whose tragedy is almost Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Almost on par with fucking, what's his name from Lord of the Rings? The Steward from Gondor.
What, Denethor?
Denethor. Like, I see what happened to Theon Greyjoy, and I think of him growing into Denethor.
Oh, yeah.
Just this weaselly, miserable fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Theon's sister was pretty badass. Shame what happened to her.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's Jorah the Explorer, the simp of Westeros, with his fucking grayscale peeled off by Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have ever thought the cure for the grayscale was just to slice it off with a fucking knife?
And also the fact that the guy that did it fucking got a little bit drunk before.
You see how well you can keep your dinner down when you're slicing off a man's flesh.
I thought that's just so fucking funny.
It's almost ironic, really, but given the Boltons are famous for flaying, and it turns out flaying is what cures the grayscale. Ramsay Bolton would have been a medical genius in curing the grayscale.
Yeah, fucking Ramsay. Fucking solid effort, like, it's solid.
No, to be honest, Ramsay was a very entertaining villain to hate.
He was, 100%.
Joffrey got very... I would say Joffrey almost got boring, because he was just seen as a cruel little shit.
Yeah, it was like Joffrey was always bad, and like every time we saw him, you're like, this guy's going to be a bad guy. We know what we're in for. Whereas Ram Jam was a little bit unpredictable.
I think it was because there was like method and an end game to Ramsay's cruelty, whereas Joffrey just did it because he was a little shit.
Yeah.
Ramsay did the shit he did with a purpose. He wanted to progress himself, not be seen as a bastard, gain his father's approval. Like, there was always purpose to how much of a sadist motherfucker he was. And he tortured people for his own amusement, but it seemed to never be without reason, whether it was to torture someone to be his slave. Joffrey would just, like, as we saw, like, cross-bro a prostitute for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Joffrey was an asshole, but he was sort of like the beginning of anal. He hurts at first, but it's just the tip. And Ramsay is the end.
Yeah,
he is when you go full in with no lube.
It's like Joffrey is the tip, but Ramsay is the shaft.
You can get used to Joffrey, but Ramsay always seems to surprise you with every thrust.
Joffrey is the tip of the spear, but Ramsay is the shaft.
Exactly.
Old Ram Jam.
That is the best way to describe it. But those two weren't obviously the worst bastards. They were the cannibal wildlings. They were pretty much fucking...
Oh, I don't know. Ram Jam was pretty fucking bad. But, in a way, I'd say that Ramsay Bolton, he kind of won the game because he was just like, he was fine with doing what he did.
Well, granted, if it wasn't for
doing what he was doing, he was like, fine. I'm all for doing what I.
He defeated Stannis, didn't he? If it wasn't for the Knights of the Eyrie, he would have won the Battle of Bastards.
Yeah, and also he enjoyed what he did. So it's like, why would you? He was happy what he was doing. He was having a good time.
I did really love that one moment before in the Battle of Bastards when he met up with Jon Snow, and Jon Snow was like, "Why don't you and me just settle this one-on-one sort of fight? No one has to die." And Ramsay, of course, says, "Why the fuck would I bother risking that? I'm clearly going to win." And
mate.
Then Jon Snow says, like, "Well, you've just shown that I would die for my soldiers, but you won't die for yours." To make him look like an absolute bellend to all of his generals. So
yeah, I know, but the point is, though, is that, like, Ramsay, he's like, I wouldn't do that because I think my army's better. That's a tactical decision. So it's like, why would I do a one-on-one battle? I think that I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose than have a big battle.
Whereas Jon is a Stark, and obviously the Ned in him thinks of honour first and all that sort of stuff.
Whereas Ramsay doesn't. And the thing is, if you think of honour in a battle, you're going to lose that battle. As
we learned from Bronn when he fought as Tyrion's champion in the Eyrie.
Yeah.
I didn't fight with honour. That bloke did, though. The guy.
No, you do not fight with honour. No. He did.
Exactly.
And it's like, mate, that's the thing. It's like, if you win, then it doesn't fucking matter.
I think that's the overall story of Game of Thrones. Like, there are so many fantastic stories of champions and heroes and all that sort of thing. But as the series progresses, you realise there can be no such thing. Because in this world where you have to fight, there's no room for heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because only the villains and the people that are prepared to be villains win.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
If you're not cheating, you don't survive. And that is the sad reality of this horrific life.
Yeah, 100%.
In the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die.
Yeah. That's the be-all and end-all of that essential story, isn't it?
Season 8 was shit.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Mate, it's true.
I asked this question earlier, and the answer from me is no. I can't forgive Season 8. You lazy motherfuckers. I'm sorry, no, fuck you. You're lazy. You could have brought us satisfying endings to so much, but it just came off so clear how much you didn't want to have anything to do with all of the investment the fans have spent years watching. You fucking lazy, unprofessional, mediocre cunts. Fuck you for Season 8. You let the world down.
Agreed.
I can't articulate it more emphatically than that. I could give 100 reasons about every little thing they did wrong. Character motivation. You let everyone down.
100%.
However,
I mean, this has gone on for a wee while.
Hour 10 minutes roundabout.
10 minutes.
So we've got to somehow sum up.
Well, how about we can sum this out. Some this up. TV is definitely something that is not going to go away anytime soon. And there is good TV, there is bad TV. And I think the message that we can take away from this is that you can start off from bad TV and become good TV. But also, we can start off with good TV becoming bad TV.
Simpsons.
Game of Thrones! But at the end of the day, whether your TV show is bad or good, at least you are entertaining people. And as long as you're entertaining people, I guess we can't hate you at least too much for that.
And I would say when you beat a dead horse long enough with a long enough large stick, at a certain point, you stop seeing what's on the end of the stick.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, guys, that's the Game of Thrones episode. Leave us down in the comments your favourite Game of Thrones episodes, your favourite characters, your favourite moments, and even your worst moments you hated from not only Season 8, but from any characters in the past seasons, at or below your favourite unions, or even your favourite nudity bits. I'd say, holy shit, Rob, I just realised we didn't mention a single bit of the Game of Thrones nudity.
Oh, shit.
That is sacrilege. What's the best arse you saw?
Fuck. Okay, mate.
Quickly, the best arse.
Oh god. Oh wait, I don't give a shit.
I would say the best arse I've seen in all of Game of Thrones was Brienne of Tarth's arse when she went into the hot tub with Jaime Lannister. I ain't really got a best for the best pair of tits. I'm an arse man myself, sort of thing. Rob, you sure you don't have a favourite bit of nudity?
No. All of it. All of it's good. All of it's absolutely fucking great. Everything else is gravy. It's fantastic.
Let us know down in the comments, you lovely, joyous pervs. And in the meantime,
you've been listening to
Laughing